I think that we've seen a lot of this FUD over and over again. Comments like, it takes a lot of energy to process a transaction. They're just misperceptions, right? Because Bitcoin doesn't use energy to process transactions. It uses energy to secure the network and to create digital property. I've said, if you don't spend 10 hours, you probably don't even understand what it is. And if you haven't spent 100 hours, you don't decently appreciate it. So most of the people in positions of power are being forced to have an opinion, but they don't have the time to study the underlying technology. They don't always pick up on the technical nuances, the ethical nuances, and the legal nuances that cause the Bitcoin community to embrace proof of work.
Welcome to Dream Richer. There's a special type of FUD that Bitcoin skeptics love to bring up over and over again, and that is its energy usage. Besides the regular protests carried out by environmentalists, just last month, Jared Huffman, the representative of California, wrote a letter. He condemned the reopening of coal and gas facilities to power crypto mining. The letter also put the lawmakers on one side of the fiercely fought debate between proof of work and proof of stake consensus mechanisms, saying that proof of work was inherently inefficient. It cited Bitcoin, Ether, Monero, and Zcash as examples of proof of work cryptocurrencies, which caused them concern. Here are a few words from what the letter had to say. Cryptocurrency mining is poisoning our communities. Mr. Jared wants to pressurize the EPA to see whether mining operations in the US violates the Clean Air Act or Clean Water Act. This letter, however, set the Bitcoin community on high alert, with 55 Bitcoin industry supporters gathering together to pick apart Huffman's letter point by point. As they argue, the congressional letter is plagued by misconceptions about Bitcoin and digital asset mining. By the end of this video, Mr. Saylor unravels this never-ending FUD. If you find the video helpful, then don't forget to subscribe. Let's get right into it.
I think the most important thing to be said is that Bitcoin mining is the cleanest, most efficient, most valuable use of energy in the world. When people stop and they think about how we use energy, either any kind of energy, whether it's sustainable energy or fossil fuel energy, you realize you need it in medicine and retail and hotels, and you need it in planes and trains and automobiles and banking, and you need it in schools, and it's used in defense. It's used in everything of any consequence in the civilization. And in every place the energy flows, it's dirtier than Bitcoin mining. When it flows into Bitcoin mining, as Darren said, it just flows into a data center, and what you're getting is security for hundreds of billions of dollars of assets. In essence, you're just buying security for the network and integrity such that you can create a digital asset that is censorship-proof, nation-state attack-resistant, corporate attack-resistant. And another way to say that is you've created tangible digital property that you could expect to exist with integrity over the course of hundreds of years. If you're an environmentalist, then, of course, every other thing in the universe is worse for the environment than to create a block of digital energy. Everything, right? So curtailing the creation of digital energy or digital property via Bitcoin mining is pretty much attacking the cleanest, most efficient, most valuable use of energy in the world.
It's fairly accurate to say Congress isn't always up to speed on the inner workings of tech, and many representatives and senators don't really get all the ins and outs of crypto mining. But shirking responsibility for carbon emissions isn't going to help the industry either. Perceptions of unsustainability, true or not, are clearly generating ill feelings toward the industry among everyone, from creators to gamers to politicians. However, as crypto leaders say, power plants are the problem, not Bitcoin. The Bitcoin proof of work protocol is vital for its survival. It's the method of meeting this protocol that's the problem. For example, proof of work enables Bitcoin transactions to be confirmed and recorded without a central authority.
I think a lot of people are still struggling to understand what Bitcoin mining is. And the concept of digital property or digital money or digital energy is such a paradigm shift that a lot of people have a hard time getting their hands around it. I think that the critical idea to understand, of course, is that we have a way to use energy and technology to create digital property, and that's proof of work mining. And then once you understand that, then everything else follows. The letter, based on the premise, the lack of understanding what digital property is. And if you don't understand that you need to use energy and semiconductor technology to create digital property, then everything else doesn't follow.
It's clear from Michael Saylor's explanation that what the Bitcoin community needs to do now more than ever is to begin educating others. Politicians such as Jared Huffman, who wrote the letter against Bitcoin, need to be educated on the exact Bitcoin protocol and how it consumes energy. By being educated on Bitcoin and mining protocols, politicians will be able to make better regulations regarding sustainability and promoting green energy. Hence, proof of work is not the villain, but the non-green energy methods that are used. Bitcoin currently consumes around 110 terawatt hours per year, which is roughly equivalent to the annual energy draw of small countries like Malaysia or Sweden. This certainly sounds like a lot of energy, but more education on Bitcoin mining must be carried out to understand how more green energy methods can be used. Do you agree with Michael Saylor? To learn more about the latest crypto news, watch these videos here.